I've got the cover crop fever. It's getting hot around these parts, and when that happens, there's not a whole lot we can grow during the heat of summer, but we can grow some of these awesome warm season cover crops, and I can't wait to plant some more of them. I've got this nice patch of sun hemp here that you saw us plant on a previous video. This stuff is actually getting a little taller than I expected it to get, but that's fine. That's just more biomass that we can add to the soil. So some of this is on up almost about shoulder high with me. Nice, real thick, dense patch of sun hemp, fixing a lot of nitrogen. This stuff's been growing for almost 2 months now, and I expect it to start blooming anytime. And when it does, we're gonna cut it down and we're gonna tarp it and get it ready for some fall corn. And today we're gonna get another cover crop planted. We're gonna plant some sorghum sudan grass here in one of these 6 plots in our new dream garden. Now, the primary reason for adding these 6 new subplots in this new area right here that we've been calling the dream garden was not necessarily to give us more growing space, although it has done so. The primary reason was to give us the ability to cover crop more, to build our soils more, so that we're not over farming a particular area over and over and over again. This subplot right here is where we had our early spring planting of summer squash and cucumbers, both pickling and slicing cucumbers. And of all the 6 plots in my new dream garden, this was probably the most poorly performing plot. So it definitely needs some help. And we're gonna do that today by putting a cover crop in here, a long-term kind of cover crop, and hopefully really start to build those soils, add some more organic matter, and just make this area a little more workable. Now, I came in here yesterday with a tiller and went ahead and kind of cultivated and fluffed this up a little bit. This dirt right here can get pretty compacted, so I needed to run the tiller through here, get it nice and fluffed up so we can get some good seed to soil contact with that cover crop. Now, as opposed to the sun hemp and something like buckwheat that are more of a short-term warm season cover crop, this sorghum sudan grass is more of a long-term warm season cover crop. You can actually plant this stuff, go in and mow it, and it will keep growing. You can just keep mowing it and mowing it and mowing it. So if you've got an area that needs a lot of work that you don't have any immediate plans for, a long-term cover crop like the sorghum sudan grass is going to work really great for you. The seeds on this sorghum sudan grass are really nice and uniform and round, almost like an okra seed, just maybe a tad bit smaller. So you can plant this stuff with our Hall's garden seeder if you've got a real defined area that you're going to plant. It works great being planted with the garden seeder. Probably going to save a little seed that way, but today we're just going to broadcast this stuff. Now, the recommended rate on this sorghum sudan grass is 1 pound per 1,000 square feet. And this area right here is 30 by 35, so right around 1,000 square feet. But I might put it a little thicker than that. I'm really going for the cover aspect of the cover crop. So we might end up putting a little more than just 1 pound right here. So we're just going to scatter it out, just grab a handful and throw it. Make sure we get some really nice coverage on this area right here. Now we're just taking our landscape rake and just dragging this area to get those seeds nice and covered up. Just like to pull it along the dirt just like this. Kind of walk to the side of it. Get it nice and level. Get those seeds nice and covered up. Now we just got to get our sprinkler turned on and get some water to these seeds. So if you're looking for more of a long-term rehabilitation plan for one of your garden plots, the sorghum sudan grass is the way to go. It's going to give you tons of biomass. It's going to cover the area really nicely, going to prevent any erosion from happening, also going to suppress any weeds from coming up through there. So it's a really great warm season cover crop that will grow for a longer time than say something like sun hemp or buckwheat. And you can let this stuff, you know, almost go to seed and cut it then at its maturity, or you can cut it earlier than that and it will keep regrowing and regrowing if you've got plenty of time to work with. Now this plot here, I'm probably not going to do anything in here in the immediate future. I'm just going to let the sorghum Sudan grass do its work. Now I may end up planting something here late this year, probably late fall, early winter. We'll just have to see. But I'm just going to let the sorghum Sudan grass give me some nice soil building in this subplot right here. I'll put some links below to all of our warm season cover crops so you can check those out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time.